How you doing, everybody? This is Kooky217. This video here is going to be my first Dragon Ball What If, and it's going to pertain to the character Fasha, of what would have happened if she had survived the ambush by Dodoria and his men, ordered by Frieza. I think Fasha is a character that doesn't have a lot of popularity, so this here is going to be my attempt to give her a little shine. So, I hope you guys will enjoy this Dragon Ball What If. Let's get right into it. In order for us to understand this story that no one knows about, we have to go back to its beginning. As Bardock is recovering in the healing chambers on planet Vegeta, Tora, Fasha, Shugesh, and Borgos go to planet Meat under Frieza's orders. Fasha couldn't help but to smile to herself during the trip. After so many conquests, they were finally getting the recognition that they deserved. Bardock's going to be so jealous when he hears about all the fun we had on Meat, Fasha thinks to herself. Upon arrival, the four Saiyans are easily able to conquer the planet. Fasha and the others had enjoyed themselves ridding this pathetic planet of its pathetic inhabitants. The insect-looking bastards weren't much to look at after she had scraped them from under her boot. The four Saiyans were barely into their celebration when suddenly their scouters go off, indicating some very high power levels nearby. Shugesh is the first one to notice that these power levels belong to Dodoria and his men, but before anyone can react, Shugesh is killed by two of Dodoria's elites. Frieza feels you should be rewarded for all of your hard work, and he has given us the pleasure of giving it to you. The battle that takes place afterwards is completely one-sided. Try as they might, the Saiyans cannot overcome Dodoria's elite, and they are mercilessly beaten. Dodoria takes great pleasure in torturing Fasha while the rest of his elite murder the remaining Saiyans. I do believe we're missing someone, Dodoria says as he walks over toward Fasha. Your leader, Bardock. Where is he? When Fasha defiantly stares at him, Dodoria begins to crush her underneath his boot. Very well then, you Saiyan wench. You don't have to tell me. He'll come here himself. And when he does, he'll join the lot of you in hell. Fasha, unable to endure the pain inflicted upon her by Dodoria, blacks out. She slowly awakens sometime later in the arms of Bardock. She could barely make out how bloody and bruised he is. When she tried to speak, Bardock shushes her. Don't talk, Fasha, he tells her. Tora told me everything before I took care of those elites. Bardock gently lifts Fasha and carries her back to her Saiyan space pod as quickly as possible. She's barely alive, but Bardock knows there's a chance the life support system within the pod can save her, or at least keep her alive until she reaches her final destination. When Bardock reaches her pod, he carefully removes the remote within the chest plate of her armor and opens the hatch. I think that Fasha would have a remote within her chest plate armor because Vegeta had one at the end of the Saiyan saga. I'm sorry I wasn't here with you guys, Bardock tells her as he opens the hatch. He gently places his injured partner inside the pod and activates the life support system after hooking her up to it. Fasha can only look on as Bardock sets the coordinates to another planet. I'm sending you to a planet called Earth, Fasha. That is where they're going to send Kakarot. Hopefully the life support system will help you recover and you can meet him there. Even as he says this, Bardock recounts the vision he had seen during his fight with the elites. A vision depicting a fully grown Kakarot and Fasha fighting Prince Vegeta together. If the vision was correct, then Fasha would survive the trip. Bardock allows himself one last look at his partner. She'll make it. He believed it. Now he had to leave to stop Frieza and save their people from destruction. If he failed, at least Kakarot would be alive with Fasha to look after him. Take care of my son, Fasha. Take care of Kakarot. As if in reply, Fasha closes her eyes as she loses consciousness. Bardock closes the hatch, then watches as the space pod takes off and begins Fasha's journey to Earth. During the trip, Fasha's dreams are filled with her crew, her friend Guinea, the people she had killed in Frieza's name, the torture she had endured under Dodoria, Bardock's final request. She wondered if she would live long enough to carry it out, considering she had no medical supplies of any kind save for the life support within her pod. Fasha knew Kakarot would be alright on the weak planet they had sent him to, should she die during her trip to Earth. Finally, after nearly a year had passed, Fasha's pod crash lands on Earth. The hatch opens slowly, and the injured Saiyan slowly opens her eyes to see blue skies. She is well enough to remove herself from the life support, but the moment she stepped outside the pod, she stumbles after a few steps and falls to the ground. Sometime later, an old man carrying a baby on his back discovers Fasha lying there on the ground. He notices that she has a tail like Goku does. He also sees she is badly wounded, and he wondered what monster could have done this to her. He immediately begins to dress her wounds and prepare her for the trip back to his home where he can give her the proper care. In this universe, Fasha manages to survive the ambush ordered by Frieza. I hope everybody likes where the story is going so far. It's one I've been thinking about for a while. If you like the story so far, give this video a like, or simply comment below #FashaCareForKakarot. Until next time everyone, take care.